Welcome to USA Skateboarding's Road to Tokyo, presented by Toyota. Chris Pastras, joined here by three of the top names in the game: Mariah Duran, Jamie Foy, and Nyjah Huston. So honored you guys are joining me here today. We're here to talk some highlights and lowlights. So Ny, what have been the highlights and lowlights for you? First, we'll go through lowlights for you in 2018, 2019 as far as competing.
Lowlights, definitely like the LA stop. I was pretty bummed on because I felt super good that weekend too, and I got like an insane score for my first run, and then just like blew it on the next few tries. I got stuck trying that big flip back lip, which was probably not the best decision, but I had landed it right before in practice, and I would have got a really big score. So I feel like I was just like being too stubborn out there and could have made better decisions. But yeah, I mean,
you being stuck on being a street, that's what street skaters do.
Yeah,
it's hard to hop out of that mode. And what about highlight? What was the highlight of you for the previous season?
The highlight was definitely the win in Brazil, for multiple reasons. I mean, the competition was insane. It was really close with Yuto and Gustavo. And I was just coming off a bad ankle injury. So a month before that, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to skate, let alone win. So I was super pumped at just the energy in Brazil too. Like all the fans are insane out there.
They love skateboarding. And that moves us into you, Jamie. So tell us contest highlights and lowlights last season. Start with some lowlights. What was your roughest point with competing last year?
Yeah, I think my lowlight and my highlight are both in Brazil. It was like the last. So my lowlight was the last contest in Brazil in Rio. I just didn't do too well. I mean, the course for me was kind of crazy and just didn't do too well. I mean, even though I had a great time, my mom was there and everything, but definitely wanted to do better at that contest to help me out. And then the highlight, again, Brazil at the finals, man, that contest was insane. Like the energy, that was my first finals ever in a street league that I've ever made. So being my first final and being in Brazil with that crowd, it's like, it was almost overwhelming, but like, thankfully I kind of like kept it contained, like kept my composure and like had so much fun. Like got the kickflip front crook towards the end, like just got that one and all like Hail Mary. Yeah, and just the crowd went crazy and it was just like one of the craziest feelings I ever had. And it's funny because that's like kind of like the feeling that I have whenever I'm out street skating, trying, like, even though it's like I wasn't scared to try it because I mean I know like I'll be fine if I was to fall, I just would miss it or something. But just like the energy in that room once like I landed it and like just made it away, like it was just insane. It was like one of the craziest feelings I've ever had.
That's awesome. That trick, dude, it's burned in my memory. Highlights and lowlights for competition, Mariah, the last year.
The lowlight has to be at Dew Tour. 20 minutes before finals, I get smoked on the hubba on like a simple trick. And I like have a stress fracture on my tailbone, and I'm like, yo, and I don't know this. I just like, I'm like, yo, I got smoked. So they take me and they're like working on my back, like trying to like get me ready. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm still skating. Like I just got smoked.
And how about highlight? What was the highlight for you last competitive?
Sao Paulo. I want to say like semifinals. Coming out of that like mental thing of like being injured, I was just landing everything good. Like, I think I like landed flip front board first try, and I was like, yo, like I'm gassed, like let's go. Like hard flip the bump to bump, and I was like, it just went to my feet, you know, like and that was like one of the best feelings because I think I stayed up at the top like the whole time through the whole heats, you know, and I was like, dang, like that's a good feeling, you know, going off an injury and kind of just holding that, you know, didn't do too good in the finals, but still like, I don't know, like I won the semifinals.
As long as you're proud of yourself, man, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I was hyped.
Let throw it all out there. Don't leave anything behind. You know, it's not always up to us. Thank you, three, for taking the time for this interview. I'm proud of the three of you. Stay healthy, stay ready, and I can't wait to watch competitions heat up again. This has been USA Skateboarding's Road to Tokyo, presented by Toyota. And hey, we'll see you soon. Thank you, guys. Much love.
Yeah.
Woo, thank you.